Do you have any memories of Roseland yourself? Shows you've seen there or times you've spent there?
I mean, I spent a lot of time there. I don't know if I can remember.
It's such an interesting place because it's, I mean, I remember seeing everyone from, you know, Radiohead or My Bloody Valentine there to all the way to Madonna doing a early, I think it was the music album maybe. She did sort of a pre-album. So I mean, it's been a venue in recent years for sort of major stars to do smaller shows pre-album release or along with album release.
It's just so not how I see Roseland. I view it as like the place my mom didn't want me to go to.
Yeah.
You know, because I'd come home with a broken nose, or you know, like I was that kid. I used to sneak out and go to shows, and I mean, I think that it's a really true New York classic, that place, and it's so sad to see it go. And I think that, you know, in the spirit of Roseland, we need to keep, you know, pushing forward in this business, keeping the classics around for as long as we can, you know. We're losing a wonderful place and a wonderful venue, but the spirit of that venue, I hope, lives on in New York, and I hope that, you know, bands continue to play and flourish, and I'm just really excited. I feel really honored as a New Yorker to be closing it out. I mean, that's really how I feel. I just want to do it justice and leave my heart on the stage.
Are you in general nostalgic? I mean, you know, there's a lot of hand-wringing in New York about the fact that CB's is no more, the old knitting factory is no more, Maxwell's just closed, Roseland's going away. Or do you feel like, you know, there's the other attitude is that, you know, we're a city, and I hate to be all New York-y on you guys, but just for a moment, that we're a city that's constantly regenerating, and that we're, you know, we'll create new spaces and new places that make their own memories.
Well, I played all those venues you just mentioned. I played CBGB's, I played Max's, I played the Knitting Factory, both the big one and the little one.
And the big one, yeah.
And I think it's really sad, actually. I'm not too excited about, you know, remodeling. I think that there's something nice about the heart and soul and the heartbeat of generations of music going away. I mean, so many bands, so much musical history. And I think that everyone in this room needs to do everything that we can as a unit to continue to inspire passion in young people so that they don't feel that the only way to success now is by making a crazy YouTube video or doing something psycho on Instagram. You know, the way to make it in this business is to write songs and to go out into the world, pick up your guitar, and walk from block to block and say, "Hi, I'm Lady Gaga. I'm an artist. Can you book me at 7 o'clock on Friday?" Or 10 if you're really lucky.
That's your reality. I mean, you did that. You pounded the pavement and you know, for years down in the LES, and that's part of your story. But for some reason, I feel like the skeptics, and there are some, still are like, was there ever really a struggle? You know what I mean?
It's like, it doesn't really matter what people say, because the truth is always what will carry me through into the next phase of my life. Nobody fucking knows how many clubs I played and how much piss I stepped in, how many bathrooms I changed in, how many times I carried my keyboard down the stairs with my walk-up on my back. You know, what matters is that I know. And that's why I'm still here. I'm still here because I would rather go back to Stanton Street and perform alone in a bar than do something I don't want to do and be an artist that I'm not and be rich and famous. I will be unhappy.
The one other point I wanted to make about the upcoming...
I'm sorry, I just have one more thing to say, too.
What's that?
I just wanted to say also that, you know, for young people that want to make music, I feel like the scariest thing that I experience is when I'm, I go to sometimes these, corporate events, or I meet people and they introduce me to their artists, whatever. They bring me these young kids and they're like, I'm working with this producer and that producer, and I'm friends with, Lil Jon or whatever, just name dropping, and I'm just sitting there like wanting to grab and shake them and go like, go to a city and sit in an apartment by yourself and stop shaking hands with people and taking selfies, because it's not going to make you a star. Nobody cares about that. We think that everybody cares about it because, it's the way that culture is now. It's so fast. You get messages and like so quickly somebody can become so big. But what makes a sustainable career, somebody that has the true heart and ability to feel the pain of this business for a long period of time, because you're willing to suffer and do anything for music because you love it. You have to. You believe in it to your core. Songs are the Justin Tranter from Semi Precious last night. He looked at me. We were laying in the Airstream backstage at Stubbs. And he looks at me and he says, "Oh, Gaga, songs are the coolest thing in the world." And I was like, I know, I love songs. There's nothing like writing songs, really. And we were just talking about songs. And that's who you should be signing. That's who you should be promoting, is people that write songs, songwriters, people that need to, have to. Not somebody that has, a bunch of followers on Twitter, or, it's like the only reason that it mattered how many followers I had on Twitter was because I have a real relationship with my fans, a real true one, a real genuine friendship. I really understand them, and I know they understand me. I just wanted to say that, it's like, be careful what type of business you're selling. Because if you're selling anything other than talent and anything other than good songs, you're in the wrong business.
Absolutely. The one other thing I wanted to, observation I wanted to make about those Roseland dates is that the first date, March 28th, some of you may know, this woman turns 28, so, which means, on a happy note, that you have survived being a member of the 27 Club.
That's true. Not yet. I still have a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's true. 2 weeks. But not that you were ever in danger of becoming a member of it, but I mean,
I don't know. You should go talk to my mom.
Yeah. But I mean, to be fair, 2013 wasn't probably the best year in some respects, no. Right? At the beginning of the year, you wrote a message. There was a post on littlemonsters.com that was, and we talked about this the other night, full of almost like just regret about the fact that you felt maybe you had either let fans down or perhaps even in some respects let yourself down last year.
Yeah.
I know there was a lot going on between the hit. I mean, a year ago right now, you were laid up. You had been it was only a couple weeks, it was February that the Montreal show happened and everything went to shit, right?
Yeah. I was in a wheelchair for like 4 months.
With what at first you didn't even know was a broken hip.
No, I just, I love my fans, and adrenaline will take you very far, and I danced until I couldn't walk anymore, and I actually, my hip was actually falling apart, my right hip, so there's 3 screws in it now. But I'm back and everything's okay.